Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Welcome to zani4e.com again. Today, I would like to share with you about another one topic related to the previous video that I uploaded regarding energy audit. It's not about how to conduct energy audit. I would like to share about what you should expect from the energy audit in the form of energy audit report. Because energy audit report is among the one of the tangible outputs of the energy audit. So all hard works, all studies, all discussion, all conclusions, all what is exactly expected from the energy audit will be translated into the energy audit report. So that's why today, because of soon, maybe some of you may apply for the energy audit grant, okay, energy audit conditional grant. So if you are the installation owner or the one that want to apply for the grant for the audit to be conducted at your facility, so what you should expect from the energy audit. So this is why I would like to share about this topic today about energy audit reporting. Okay, energy audit reporting. And my reference, I refer the content one from the ISO 50002, the standard for energy audit requirement for use. Okay, and then also added some example from energy audit works that have done before in my job. However, I'm no longer conducting energy audit now because I'm focusing my career now or my business now purely on the energy management system and also advisory on to my clients. If they want to conduct energy audit, why they should conduct energy audit. How to prepare the requirement. If you want to engage energy auditor, what they expect, and they share aspect from the audit. How to select the auditor and all that. So I hope this sharing will be useful for you and will be useful as well for those who want to apply for the energy audit conditional grant from the government. Energy audit reporting. What are important key contents that we should expect in the report? This is very important because the content of the report will be used mainly for the decision making, especially in the one that involve investment, the one that you need to spend some capital to implement your energy saving project based on the recommendation in the energy audit report. So the overview of the detailed energy audit report, or known as investment grade energy audit. Normally, we conducting energy audit, okay, for measures that we know that we require large capital investment and with long-term payback period. If the investment required little, can be used by the existing budget. Normally, we don't require detailed energy audit or investment grade energy audit. So in conducting the energy audit, there are some requirements on the data for the energy audit. I share with you some example here. Okay, some information or data required for the energy audit. So first one is the energy consumptions of the system or equipment being assessed further. Okay, the one that the whole facility, the major using equipment, all that, and then you should expect in the audit that will come up what kind of capital cost or detailed capital cost needed in the proposal to implement the recommendations, some estimation. Okay, and then what would be the projected annual cost saving from identified measures from the energy audit? Is that one of the key important outputs from the audit is they will identify the energy saving potential. So with that, for every energy saving potentials or energy saving measure, okay, they must have some kind of projections on how much they can save per year for the measure. Also, they may add what are the projected non-energy cost saving. For example, if they implement the measures, okay, recommended in the energy saving audit report, what are the non-energy cost savings, such as maintenance cost savings, spare part savings, and also labor cost saving and all that. So now let's have a look at what actually you should expect from an energy audit report. First one, in the audit report, there must be some kind of realistic assumptions. Okay, assumptions in terms of the performance of the facility or the equipment, even the assumption of the savings expected from the recommendations. And then it should be complete report. The report should be completed, okay, comprehensive enough for the next step, which is about the decision-making process. And then a clear guide. So the audit report should also provide some clear guide on how every measure identified in the report, okay, to be implemented. And then they must have some kind of roadmap, okay, if any recommendation, suggestion for future energy efficiency retrofitting works in the facility. Now let's have a look at content of the report. Okay, number one, energy audit report content. Okay, in the first part of the report, this one quite common. You should expect the executive summary of the report. In the executive summary of the report, you should expect them to have summary of energy use consumption. Means that the distribution of the consumptions and then the trends of the consumption. Summary of it. Okay, for the whole facility. Normally they do it by year basis. Okay, they should know which equipment using the most energy and what are kind of trend of consumption of the facility. Second one, they should have the ranking or the priority or the opportunities to improve energy performance. Here, this is more about the energy saving measure recommended. Which one is the most prioritized one recommended? Okay, and then of course, the third one, they should also covers the proposed implementation plan. How they want to implement the measures, reports reported in the document. So in the reports, after the summary, they should have some kind of the background information. The background information normally will cover some basic information about the building, okay, and also the installation owner, the building owner. For example, the buildings, how the age of the building, the size of the floor area, and then the occupants and all that, the occupancy rate and all that. There's some basic information about the organization and also the building itself. And then information of the energy auditor. Okay, who are the teams, who are the people involved in the energy audit, and how, some description, okay, even some diagram how the energy audit was conducted. And then any other legal requirement or the requirement that are applicable for the energy audit, okay, and then the context of the energy audit, and finally for the background information, the energy audit descriptions, okay, define scope, the boundary, okay, and the objective of the audit, also together with the time frame, how the audit was conducted. This is the example, okay, of the energy audit description, define scope, boundaries, audited objective, and time frame. Here I just show to you some example of what reported should be reported. Okay, this is you look here, scope of works and also the time frames. And then under the scope of work, they listed the key activities involved in the energy audit. Okay, on top of that, you should also put the energy audit team as well. Okay, just for information of the whoever reading the report, who conducted energy audit, who are the lead auditor and all that. The second part, okay, in the report is about the energy audit details. Okay, in this energy audit detail, you should have all the information on the data collection. The first one, you should report the measurement plan and data collected, normally in the form of tables and charts. Okay, trending charts, pie charts, and all that. And then the type of data used, okay, such as how frequent the data collected, for how long, measurement period itself, and then what actually, and they must also inform in the report which data was measured, which data was estimated. And then other copies, or the orders, copy of reference data being used, test report, calibration of the equipment, all that, especially the measuring equipment. And the second part of the energy audit details in the report, you should indicate as well, in the report, the analysis of the energy performance and energy performance indicator of the building and also the major energy using equipment. Okay, the analysis of performance, basically, for example, for chiller. Okay, how you analyze the performance of chiller? What parameter or indicator that you look at when you want to confirm whether the chiller is efficient or not? You see what I mean by analysis of the energy performance, and how they analyze it, and what are the indicators for that particular equipment. For example, for chiller, for motors, what are the indicators to tell that the motor is efficient or not based on the from the energy audit? And then next one, the basis of the calculations, how they estimate the calculations, what assumption used, okay, which data being used, okay, and all that. So some basis of the calculations, how they estimate, and some assumption being used in the calculations. And then the last one in the energy audit report, okay, and this part, okay, criteria, and how they rank the opportunities. Okay, let's say they identified some 10 energy saving potentials. Okay, how they rank the priority, how they prioritize that. I mean that the criteria for the ranking opportunities for improving the energy performance or to save the energy in the facility. Okay, next I show you some example. This example of how they, okay, translate the measurement, okay, into the chart. In this example here, the analysis of the energy performance, apportioning of the energy use. Okay, in this example, okay, for the example, all this data is based on the measured data, but it is also possible. Some is measured, some are measured, some are calculated, but they must notify in the report. For example, in the example here, they managed to do some measurement and then they can do the apportioning of the energy use based on the equipment. So that they can see that the biggest users of energy in the facility and to the lesser one. Okay, this is an example commonly for the commercial building, where most of the energy normally go to the cooling system for comfort cooling for the air conditioning system. Why this one is important? Similar to if you are doing the energy management system, this will help you, okay, to prioritize your action for improvement. This is why this is very important. But for the energy audit, normally this data, the best it should be based on measurement, based on measurement. And this is another example, okay, how they measure what measurement being done. Okay, they measure the electricity load profile. From here, they know, all the key parameter for electrical, okay, the current, the voltage, and the load as well in kilowatt. Okay, look here, they know what's the average, what's the highest, and what's the lowest. Okay, this is another one they put into chart. This is all from the data logging. Okay, they know the trend of the consumption. Okay, for example, in this one particular day here, okay, they know, okay, the trend on they do it here on daily basis. Okay, they know which in that week, okay, for example, in that week, okay, which this is a 1 week data. Okay, they know which the highest load and which one is the lowest load and all that. This is how they understand their own consumption pattern. Okay, for those who are interested to look into the maximum demand control, this kind of data normally is very, very important to have in the energy audit. So this would be one of the data from the measurement in the energy audit. So in the audit also, sometimes they also show some works by showing some of the photos. This example, okay, some of the photos, okay, where they audited, where they measured the data, where they investigated. Okay, I strongly recommend, for them to have in the report, you should have some kind of report to showing, where the equipment is, all that. It's example of the photos from the site investigation. And then next one, another one example of how they analyze energy performance and energy performance indicator. In the example here, okay, this is the measure chillers. They measure 2 chillers, okay. So what's the energy performance indicator for chillers? Normally kilowatt per ton. Okay, they measure the chillers simultaneously. The indicator is kilowatt per ton. They know the efficiency of the chiller, the performance of the chiller throughout that measurement period. If you look here, okay, they know the rated power and all that. So therefore, they put a summary here. Okay, they know the chiller one, every chiller, the kilowatt per ton. Okay, and then later they propose how to make it better. Okay, this is an example of the analysis you should expect, in the energy audit. This is another example. Okay, what you should expect should be in the report. Of course, in the report they should put some kind of elaboration in the written format. Okay, in the words format. Okay, they explain all this. So in the report, there should be some kind of detailed explanation in all this. They should explain the trend here. They should explain every parameter that being presented in this summary here. Okay, this is example. All right, this is where they call it how they analyze the energy performance and the energy performance indicator. Another example, how they rank the opportunities. Okay, I mentioned just now, right? Okay, how they rank opportunities. Okay, I show you example here. This example of the energy audit at the commercial building in Kuala Lumpur. I personally did this energy audit many years ago. Okay, we managed to identify I just put here 5, recommended measure in the report. Okay, and then we estimated how much they can save in terms of cost. Okay, the cost, and also, sorry, I think the column saving per year should be kilowatt hour. Okay, sorry, that's my mistake there. Okay, kilowatt hour. Okay, and the cost savings. Okay, okay. Sorry, okay. I have to apologize again. Okay, not saving. Okay, this one. The saving per year, actually the saving expected from the RN. I put here saving in RM. Okay, my mistake. Okay, I forgot. Okay, I deleted one column for the sake of this sharing. Okay, so this one actually the saving per year is the RM, intercurrency value RM, and then the cost there actually the investment cost. Estimated investment cost. Okay, therefore we can estimate the payback period. Okay, in this example, what we did here, okay, last time, okay, we prioritize the measure based on the shortest payback period will be the top priority. Okay, so let's look here, the longer will be the least priority. Okay, so here is an example. Of course, this saving per year come from the, you also can get the how much the kilowatt hour saving per year as well from the calculation. This is, for example, how they rank the opportunity for improving e-performance. I show you some example here. In this example, we show the monetary value, okay, the saving per year expected from every single measure 1 to 5, and then how much cost, expected to implement the measure, means that the investment cost, and then we rank the priority based on the payback period, simple payback period, okay, which is from the shortest to the longest one. The shortest one will be the highest priority for the implementation, as we recommended to the building owner. Okay. And then the last one, content number 3, opportunities for improving energy performance. Okay. So it must be, the opportunity to improve performance, it must be as a part of the recommendation and the proposed in the report. Okay. They also must put there the assumption method used in the calculations, and also in the saving, also all the accuracy related to that, and also the benefits. And then assumption used in the calculating costs. Okay, what kind of rates being used and all that, which year they refer to, which, because sometimes when you talk calculating the cost, the tariff, for example, change over time. That's why they must mention to which year they refer their calculations. Okay, and then some quite, I would say, appropriate economic analysis. Okay, they must do some, in the report, you should have some kind of financial evaluation or economic analysis outputs. Okay, including, okay, covering any, they must consider as well some incentive, okay, offered by the government as well. So example, tax exemption and all that. Okay, and any other non-energy cost savings from the recommendations. So they, in short, in the energy report, you should expect some kind of, output of the financial analysis of every single measure recommended in the report, in the audit report. So means that the auditor should have some kind of capacity to conduct the financial analysis for every measure they will propose in the report. Okay, and then in any other potential interaction, with other proposed programs, is there the existing program or in other program that is implemented in the facility. Okay, and then measurement. This is very important as well. This is often being overlooked. So in the energy audit report, they should also include the proposed measurement and verification method recommended for every single measure being proposed in the report. Why? Because if the owner, the institution owner, wanted to implement the measure, at least they know what kind of requirement, for example, what kind of data they need to collect, so what kind of measuring equipment they need to have, either permanent or intermittent or data logging, and for them to be able to quantify the saving after they implemented the recommendations. This is very, very important. Okay, they must have the part of the energy audit report. They must also recommend the M&V or measurement and verification method for every single measure being proposed in the energy audit report. And then, of course, conclusion and recommendation by the, by the energy auditor. What next? Basically, this is basically the summary of output of the findings of the energy audit, and what next? What next? What they should do. Once they receive the report, after they have assessed the report. Now I share with you some example. This is example of the recommendation and the proposed implementation programs, in particular here, any saving measure being proposed. This example here, they have 4 measures: cooling system, okay, and lighting system, control system, and management system. Okay, management system. And here they put even the cost, how much they need to spend, the capital expenditure, the capex. Okay, they indicate also the how much saving megawatt hour in terms of energy unit, currency unit, RM, capex required to implement, and also the payback period here as well. This is example of the recommendations and the proposed programs to be implemented in the report. Okay, this normally towards the end of the report. And next one, this example of the appropriate economic analysis, or they have to conduct, as a part of the energy audit reporting. In this example here, okay, they indicated the current performance of the system. For example, here chiller. Okay, they know what's the chiller performance before. Okay, and then what the chiller performance based on the proposed solutions. And then they are highlighted here as well. Okay, saving benefits in terms of electrical energy, in terms of cost, or even they include here CO2 emission avoidance. Okay, and then capex required. Okay, the capital expenditure required. Okay, but and then also finally the financial viability, means that the financial analysis, and then they should be presented here. They show here the output. For example, they assume the project is for 15 years. Okay, and then the IRR is 14.8%. Okay, simple payback at less than 4 years, 3.9 years, and okay, so it's very fast. So this is example of the appropriate economic analysis, including non-financial incentive and non-gains. Okay, this example. Okay, another example here. This is the example of measurement and verification method recommended here. In this here, they propose here the predicted, okay, the targets, okay, and so the actual. Okay, how they monitor here? They set the baseline, okay, and set the target, okay, and they compare the actual. So this is another example, what kind of, how the owner or the building owner wanted, facility owner wanted to monitor the performance, through this. Of course, all this chart I showed you just now come together with all the detailed explanation in the energy audit report. Okay. So what's the next step after you have received the energy audit report? Okay. So energy audit report, energy audit is only useful if the findings, okay, if feasible technically and financially implemented. If not, the report will stay as just a report. Therefore, again, it is very, very important, okay, before you conduct energy audit, you must ask yourself, okay, you must ask your management, okay, are they willing to implement the findings? Okay, it's very, very important. Because if you just conducting an energy audit, it's just like you are conducting your medical checkup. Okay, the medical checkup doesn't cure you. Similar to this, energy audit doesn't save you energy. What will save you energy, or what will improve your performance, is when you implement, okay, any recommendations or any saving measure that is feasible technically and financially in the energy audit report. And then you can save your energy cost, and then you can improve your energy performance. Okay, therefore, this is very important. Okay, for you, after the audit report completed, you must convince the decision maker, okay, or other key stakeholders, okay, to consider, okay, to implement the recommendation from the investment grade audit. But however, just my my tips, okay, top management normally, even though some of them maybe technically they have got some technical background but maybe some of them are with some technical background. But once they are at the top and at the management level, they are least concerned about technical, because they expect you as an engineer, all right, the engineer will provide very technical solution, but they just looking into more on the monetary values and economic value when they implement the projects. Okay, more on the how this investment to implement the measure, okay, affect the business in terms of profitability and all that. Okay, so with that, basically all about financial returns. Okay, I hope this sharing useful for you. Okay, at least you know what you should expect from energy audit report. Okay, if you want to conduct energy audit for your facility, this is what you should expect from any energy auditor if they claim they are conducting detailed energy audit or investment grade energy audit for you. Of course, if you pay them, of course you have all the right to ask for this. Okay, with that, okay, Thank you very much, okay, for watching this video. I hope this video is useful for you. And then please, if you have any query, I'm happy to entertain your query. If I cannot answer, I get somebody to answer you correctly. You can send me email at the bottom of the screen there, okay. And then again, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. And then I hope we can see you again in the next video.